What is going on, guys and girls? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to pass a prop firm challenge. So if you're in the trading industry and you're trying to work on your journey as an up and coming trader, one of the biggest questions you're going to have is regarding capital. And if you don't have a lot of your own capital, which a lot of people don't, then taking a prop firm challenge, passing that challenge, and getting access to what's now referred to as funded capital is a great way to start off your trading journey. For the younger guys who don't have the cash flow yet and don't have the capital to inject, this is the cheat code. This wasn't really a thing 9 years ago when I first started, and it certainly wasn't the industry that it is today. So in today's video, we're going to be covering how to pass a prop firm challenge. And it's actually much easier than everybody thinks, and it has probably less to do with trading than you probably think it does, and a little bit more to do with psychology. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. So how to pass a prop firm challenge. So most traders fail before they even place a trade, right? And there's a very specific reason for that. They see $300,000 in funding and they go, okay, let's fucking go. I'm in, sign me up. Let me take a 300K challenge. But you're not in the business of taking that challenge yet. And there's a very specific reason for that. Everybody, myself included, has a financial thermostat. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that there is an amount of money that makes you feel uncomfortable. It might be 10 grand. It could be 25 grand. It could be 250 grand. It might be $1 million. It's different for everybody. There's no right or wrong answer. But there is an amount of money that makes you feel uncomfortable. And that money, that number, represents your financial thermostat. It is a psychological barrier, it's got nothing to do with logic, right? Everybody's got one. If your thermostat is $50,000, then you should be taking a $50,000 challenge. Nobody wants to tell you this. They want you to take 200. Yep, you can get 300. Do 300. No. If your fiscal thermostat is 50 grand, do a 50K challenge. Trading $300,000 when your thermostat is $50,000 is going to do a couple of things. It's going to make you emotional very quickly, because if you're not used to $300,000 and you start watching $10,000 to $15,000 swinging around on a yo-yo in terms of your P&L swings, you're going to get emotional. Then you're going to start making mistakes, and then before you know it, you've blown a 300K account, and the 300K accounts cost more money than the 50K accounts. Trading, you often hear people in trading talk about taking the path of least resistance in your trade. You want to enter your trade and then you want to exit your trade with what's referred to as the path of least resistance, which is actually very true. However, what is also true is that you want to take the psychological path of least resistance. Trading is quite a difficult skill to master. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. Take the psychological path of least resistance. And one of the ways to do that is to not set yourself up to become emotional, because the amount of money that you're now managing or trying to get access to managing is too big for you. Nothing wrong with that. It's just figuring out where your thermostat is. You match the funded challenge to your mindset. And then over time, that will grow. You can build that financial thermostat up. After you've passed your 50K challenge, after you've gotten used to trading 50K, then you can do another one. Then maybe you can do a 75. Then maybe you can do 100. Don't go all in on a big challenge straight away. If that represents a number that's much higher than your financial thermostat, that is a bad idea, and you will make mistakes and you will become emotional, and then you will blow the account up. Don't skip this. This is very important. Would you rather have 50K in funding or the potential for 300K in funding? The second thing is understanding the trailing drawdown rule. Now, most prop firms use a trailing max drawdown. And what that means is that your drawdown follows you up. It follows your highest equity point, not your starting balance. Now, to be fair, in the last few months, a lot of prop firms have started changing that. A few of them have gone to end of day drawdown models, etc., etc. But as a general rule of thumb, there are still a lot of prop firms that use a trailing drawdown rule. So if you make $2,000 profit, your drawdown floor, your trailing drawdown, moves up $2,000. Now, in certain cases, that $2,000 profit can be unrealized. That's the whole point of the trailing drawdown. So you could have $2,000 of unrealized P&L running, and your drawdown floor has come up $2,000. And if you give back that $2,000 profit, you get a hell of a lot closer to your max drawdown, depending on the size of your account, etc. You get a hell of a lot closer to your max drawdown than you otherwise would. So this does something. This changes the way that you manage risk. When you take a prop firm challenge and when you're attempting to pass a funded account challenge, you must manage risk a lot more aggressively. It's not you can't swing trade a prop fund account unless they allow you to hold the positions overnight. You're basically protecting the all-time high balance of your account, not the starting point. This is crucial because people take a prop firm challenge, think they're going to swing trade or hybrid day trade a Hail Mary 20R trade, and that 20R trade reverses 5 or 6R on an intraday pullback, and you blow the account. You have to change how you risk manage. You have to understand the trailing drawdown rule. So position sizing with trailing drawdowns, you need to reduce size early. It is not about, as I said before, taking a Hail Mary, shooting for a 20R and forgetting about it. You literally can't do that on a prop firm account. Unless price moves straight to your TP from entry, you can't afford to hold a pullback if you apply these rules to that methodology. So you need to reduce your size early. You need to move the floor up with every small little win that you get. Do not get aggressive after you've had a good run. That's when most people blow up their account. If you're making good money and you're getting close to passing the challenge and you're early in your journey, don't start over trading. It's good to lock in profit. It's also even harder to keep that locked in profit. As a general rule of thumb on funded account challenge, you never want to risk more than 0.5% of the account per trade. Most challenges will let you have between a 5 and 10% total drawdown. Some of them even less, which means you don't have that many bullets in your gun. So risking 2% of your account on one position means you're using a lot of bullets in one trade. You don't want to do that. You want to give yourself as many lives as possible, build a steady baseline as comfortably as possible so that you're able to consistently execute upon that and not have your emotional fluctuations do this in accordance with your account balance doing this and your potential for liquidation doing this, right? You must treat every trade like the one that ends your challenge because technically it could be. Now, we talked last week about things like TPs and stop losses and stuff like that. Obviously, on a funded account challenge, you run no stop loss, trade goes against you, you're going to get liquidated. So this is equally as important. Why do traders fail prop firm challenges? So a lot of traders that take prop firm challenges, they will overtrade because you feel as if you need to hit your take profit target as fast as humanly possible. Now, personally, I'm self-funded and prop firm challenges weren't really as much of a thing when I was up and coming, but I know for a fact that there are plenty of prop firm challenges which allow you a month to pass them. So unless you're hot potatoing 10-day trades a day, you don't need to overtrade to pass that challenge. You've got a month. You've got 30 days, well, not 30 trading days if you're trading Monday to Friday. You've got plenty of trading days is the answer. The target is not going to change. Patience, if you can be patient when you're taking your prop firm challenges, you will outperform a lot of other people because they think, right, I've got the challenge, I've got to pass it tonight. Over trading. I've got the challenge, I've got to pass it tonight. Risking too much. Doesn't work. Sizing up after losses to recover quickly. Double it and I'll make it back on the next one. No, that's how you'll breach your drawdown limit in basically 2 trades. If you take a position and let's say you're risking 0.5 or 1% of your account and then you double it on the next one and it moves against you and it's quickly and maybe you mismanage to stop, you're out. Done, finished. Changing strategy mid-challenge, do not do this. If you're up and coming and you're learning your craft and finding your little groove and learning how you're going to create your own trading style or have a trading style that suits your personality, which is one of the things that we always preach inside QT. Changing your strategy mid-challenge is a death sentence. You need to allow your edge chance to play out. I say this quite often. In the trading world, you don't have a marketing team. You don't have any overheads. You've got maybe an expensive desk, a fancy screen, and that's kind of it. So in the trading world, your cost of doing business in the trading business is you're losing trades, and you are going to have them. That's part of the process. So just because you're taking a few losing positions, you don't change strategy. You might do a thorough journal review and see where you're going wrong. Did I make any mistakes? But you don't change your strategy midway through the evaluation phase on the prop firm when you're under pressure. Challenge doesn't change your edge. Stick to your plan. Stop trying to pass the challenge. This is somewhat counterintuitive to what most people are going to tell you. Stop trying to pass the challenge. All you need to do is follow your trading plan and trade your best for the full 30 days. That's all you have to do. At the end of the day, sit down and say, did I follow my trading plan? Did I follow my rules or did I break them? Did I risk manage properly or did I break my rules? Did I have my TP and SL set correctly or did I bend it? Did I move it? Did I break my rules? If you can answer, yes, I followed my plan, I executed unemotionally for the entire 30 days, that is how you will pass the challenge. Not sitting down going, I've got to pass the challenge as fast as possible. What this means is that you're now having a byproduct. The pass of the challenge is a byproduct of your good processes, your discipline, your management, your entry and exit criteria being nailed down to a point that allows you to execute like a Navy SEAL. Not the goal of passing the challenge, just am I following my plan? Did I make mistakes? Before you start the challenge, a couple of questions, because obviously you can't just take a prop firm challenge and Hail Mary it and hope for the best. Do you have a strategy? Do you have a proven strategy? If you're refining and tweaking and testing, and you want to have some live market experience, then a demo account is probably only going to get you so far. I'm not a huge fan of demo accounts because there's a psychological gap that occurs when that money transitions into live funds, and therefore, if you're teetering around the edge of I probably should be going live anyway, then that's fine. But if you're just guessing and you have no idea what you're doing, then you don't have a proven and a tested strategy, and you certainly aren't on your way to building one, in which case you probably shouldn't be taking the challenge. Have you traded this account size before? Like I said at the start, if your financial thermostat is $50,000 and you've got $30,000 cash and you've got a little bit of savings and you've got a mortgage and you're used to 50 grand, 50 grand is a number that you're okay with, then that's fine. But if 50 grand is a number you're okay with and you're taking a $300,000 account with a $20,000, $25,000 profit target, that represents 50% of your current cash financial thermostat. It represents a significant chunk of your cash buffer. You are going to become emotional. Up $1,000 in a few seconds, up $2,000 or $3,000 in maybe 10 minutes. That's going to make you emotional and you're going to make mistakes. Do you understand the specific drawdown rules? Have you got your head around what the trailing drawdown is? Do you have a risk management plan and a trade management plan to allow for those stricter drawdown rules? Because they're there, they exist. You may as well build your trade management plan around them so that you can pass the challenge. Is your position sizing calculated, not guessed? Do you know how big of a position you're taking? Do you know what that means, which you will if you've got predetermined entry and exit criteria? You'll know how much you stand to lose if the position goes against you, which it might. There's no certainty. It may be a losing trade. If that's the case, how much are you going to lose? And is it a number that you can sustain on your account, or is it too big? Is your position sizing correctly calculated? And number 5, can you walk away on a bad day? If you take a loss, do you have a rule? Do you have a blanket statement of I'm only taking 1 position a day, or I'm only taking 2 positions a week, or I'm only going to take 6 positions throughout the course of the month? If you have a losing trade, can you walk away? If you're having a bad day, can you shut the screen? Can you turn it off and say, I'll come back tomorrow? If the answer to that question is no, then you've got some psychological, emotional blockages which are going to hold you back in trading. Realistically, the answer to all of these questions should be yes. If you're answering no, then you've got some work to do. If you've got no to 1 or 2 of them, you need to refine and tweak a little bit, but you should be answering yes to all these questions. Knowing when to stop for the day. Setting a daily loss limit before you open the charts. This can be done on a position basis, can be done on a risk basis, could be, as mentioned in here, 1% down on the day. Close your laptop, go to bed, leave the study, etc., etc., etc. Tomorrow is a new day. There are tens of thousands of opportunities in the financial markets every single day. There is almost $8 trillion exchanges hands on the foreign exchange markets daily. At the moment, we're seeing multi-hundred pip moves on the NASDAQ and gold in a single trading session. There's plenty of opportunity all the time. Tomorrow is a new day. Emotional state is the part of the risk. Emotional state is part of the risk management framework. So a bad mental state is a position size of 0. If you're in a bad mental state, that is a recipe for losing money, right? Do not trade if you're in a bad emotional state. Be balanced, set your routines, be disciplined, follow your plan, and execute. The challenges are won over weeks, not in a single trading session. You've heard somebody probably on YouTube or social media talk about how they full port into NFP. That is not a strategy. That's just gambling in the hope that it's going to work. And if you're a new trader and you're up and coming, that is not going to work for you. And you're going to spend a lot of money taking prop firm challenges. You don't want to do that. You want to win the challenge over weeks, get funded, pay the activation fee, and then you're on your way to start taking your first profits and your first payouts from the prop firm. It is won over weeks, not in a single session. Mechanical execution is your biggest edge here. If you guys subscribe to this channel or if you've watched any of my content before, you will know I am massive on mechanical trading, on having a rules-based, no decision framework. A no discretionary approach overrides during a challenge. If the setup doesn't meet your criteria, there is no trade. Your trading plan, your style, your strategy should be a bunch of if-then statements. It's very boring. If this occurs, I will do Y. I'm looking for X. When I see it, I'll do Y. That's it. Not, I think this, or someone said this, or something. No, 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 no. If this occurs, I'm doing Y. The challenge itself is going to amplify all of your current habits. That means both your good habits and your bad habits. So in the live trading environment, when there's P&L swinging around on the screen, your good habits are going to compound and your bad habits are also going to compound. So you have to check yourself with a level of self-awareness that maybe you've had before. And if you haven't, then maybe a level of self-awareness that you need to learn, because that's going to come up for you while you're trading. And if you can master the psychological beast, which is your ego, your overthinking brain, if you can master that, you will do very well. So you must treat it exactly like a funded account from day one. This isn't an evaluation phase. This is a proper live account, and I'm going to treat it like one. And then I say this all the time, if you stop treating your trading like a part-time business and start treating it like a full-time business, it might just become one. That includes taking this seriously. If you're going to take an evaluation phase, it's not a game, it's not a joke. This is potential to give you live capital. Treat it as if it's already live capital from day one. So if you want the full system behind this, quantum traders, you guys and girls know, we have a mechanical trading community. We have a bunch of different traders in there now trading a bunch of different styles, strategies. Some of them are self-funded, some of them are funded, some of them have got 50K accounts, some of them have got multiple 250K accounts. We have a bunch of different variety of traders in there, and we're crushing it. Risk management frameworks that are built for prop firm trading. One of our head traders, Ekraj, solely focuses on prop firms. That's his bread and butter. He's a little younger than we are, so when he was up and coming, prop firms were the rage. That's what he focuses on. We look at mechanical entry. We look at mechanical exit systems. We are huge on discipline, following your plan and executing like a Navy SEAL. As of recently, we've started doing 3 weekly live sessions on top of the 2 webinars we were already doing. So you get a bunch of different analysis, crypto, metals, NASDAQ, traditional markets, equities, you name it, we're covering it. And we've also got some one-on-one coaching spots available inside our trading community. If the group setting in the webinars is not enough and you want to put your big boy or your big girl pants on and start taking it seriously, then I'll leave some links in the description. There's some information on there about quantum traders and what's involved. And hopefully we might be able to help you overcome some of your trading problems. If one of them is passing a prop firm challenge, we can 100% help you. So the challenge doesn't test your strategy. It tests whether you can follow it under pressure. That's it, guys. Keep it mechanical. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.